headlines today. Prices continue to rise at their fastest rate for 40 years. The UK's inflation rate edges up again to 9.1%.
And we're starting to see more about how that's impacting the way that we spend. I'm at New Covent Garden markets asking traders how we're turning down treats and which ones in particular we're saying no to.
Talks will take place later to try to resolve the rail dispute, but the disruption continues with only 60% of services running today.
Good morning. She's still got it. Serena Williams wins after a year away and admits she thought she might never return to tennis.
And we're live at Glastonbury, where Michael Eavis at this very moment is opening the gates for the first festival for 3 years.
The morning's front pages now. We'll start off with the front page of The Sun, which says that the strike by rail workers and the threatened strikes by teachers are the start of class war. The Daily Mail says that the Labour Party is in chaos over the dispute. Labour isn't working. It's the headline there you can see. The Eye looks at the government's proposed laws to limit future strikes, saying that they won't fix the crisis. The Times says that Boris Johnson is prepared for the standoff to last months, and it also reports on the proposed new Bill of Rights. More on that coming later in the programme. The Express questions whether the strikes have actually been brought about by union bosses' hatred of the Prime Minister. The Daily Mirror tells its readers that one of Network Rail's bosses earns 20 times that of a train guard. It says that workers want fair pay and a chance to level up. The Guardian headline, Tory bill accused of fatally weakening human rights. The Telegraph front page is on the inflation-linked double-digit increases to state pensions and benefits, adding it's despite the government telling workers to accept a real terms pay cut. And the same story, Gold age pensions is the headline for the Metro.
We're going to start with The Guardian today. They look at the proposals to change the Human Rights Act, which go before Parliament later on. The paper quotes campaigners and lawyers who say the bill will fatally weaken human rights, though ministers say the proposed changes will ensure tougher legal tests.
Pictures of deserted railway stations fill many of the front pages this morning following yesterday's strike. The Sun there says that the industrial action represents a return to the class war of the 1970s.
The Daily Telegraph reports that state pensions and benefits are set to rise in line with double-digit inflation, despite the government telling rail workers to accept cuts.
And the Times investigates whether good balance could be linked to living longer. It looks at a study published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine, which suggests that if you're over 50 and you can't stand, don't look at me, Sally, you can't stand on one leg for 10 seconds, then you're almost twice as likely to die within a decade.
Have you tried it?
I'm not sure I want to.
Yeah. It's a challenge.
We can't stand here and
But the
sit
good
here
news
and talk
is,
about...
if you read it, the good news is the more you practice, the better you get.
OK. And the less likely you are to die.
Potentially, yes.
OK, well, that's good then.